Alright, so this is my Shadoll Dark Sync. As you can see, I used the Plague Spreader, Malicious, Dark Refer combo, so I can create some 8-star synchros. LZ of the Diabolic Dragons is the main synchro you want to make. We have other options, of course. And this is the Shadoll deck build, of course, so you gotta have the fusions. I only have one of Nephilim. I only make her one time because I prefer to make Midrash instead. It prevents my opponent from being able to synchro and XYZ summon into stuff that would hurt me. And since she can't be destroyed by card effects, I don't have to worry about a dark hole and then a synchro play or an XYZ play. So that's always good. So Magical Merchant, because it helps me send these to the graveyards, the stuff that I could use to synchro from the grave, get the Shadoll's effects, plus get me to my spells and traps that I use. I can summon Dark Arm if I get 3 dark monsters exactly in the grave. So yeah, Dark Refa can essentially help me get 4 darks in the grave. So I can discard Shadoll Beast for Dark Refer, just special summon it, get Beast's effect, draw a card. Then I can discard like Shadoll Lizard, for example, from my hand to the graveyard for Refer's effect to send Plague Spreader to the graveyard. Then I would get Lizard's effect. Lizard's effect will let me send anything I want to the graveyard, so I could send Dragon if I want. So I can pop back roll, or I can send Falcon and get Falcon's effect, special summon himself in defense mode if I want. And that right there would get me 4 darks in the grave. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 darks in the grave. Then I can use Plague Spreader's effect since I drew a card for Beast's effect. I can put it on top of my deck, bring back Plague Spreader. Now I got 3 darks in the grave, so I can drop Dark Arm. And since I have a normal summon, I can normal summon and do some other stuff. The Shadoll monsters do get their effects when they are sent to the graveyard as XYZ materials, because they are being sent to the graveyard for a card effect. Because XYZ material monsters, when XYZs activate their effects, that's an effect of the card to detach for the cost of the card of the effect. So that is sending and activating their effects. I already said Beast, you send it, get to draw a card. If he's face down, you flip him face up. You get to draw 2 cards, discard a card, whatever you discard. If it's a Shadoll monster, you get the Shadoll effect, of course. Lizard, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can send a Shadoll card, whether it be the spell, which would be the Shadoll Fusion, or any of the Shadoll monsters, get their effects. I typically like sending the monsters. That's just what I play. When he's flipped, you can target 1 monster on the field and destroy that target. So that's useful. He's like a man-eater. I also have Night Assailant, which when he's flipped, you can destroy a monster. So Lizard's kind of like an upgraded version of him. Dragon, when he's sent to a graveyard, he MSTs. When he's flipped, he targets 1 card your opponent controls and returns to the hand. That's good against monsters that can't be destroyed, or cards that can't be destroyed. This is useful against that. Shadoll Falcon. I just realized that oh no, that doesn't matter. No, I thought I did something wrong. No, I was in a duel and I thought I missed a play if I didn't. I played it right. Because his send effect is MST. His flip effect is what returns. Alright. Shadoll Falcon, when it's flipped, you can target a Shadoll monster in your graveyard except a Shadoll Falcon and special summon in face down defense position. If he's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon him back in face down defense position, so that's useful. And he's a tuner, so that helps you with synchroning when you use him with malicious and go into 8-star plays or 3-star plays. If you use Night Assailant, you could go into Catastor. Shadoll Fusion, you can only play 1 per turn. You could obviously synchro with fusion with what's on your side of the field in your hand, and you get their effects because they are sent to the graveyard by a card effect. You also can fuse from the deck. If your opponent has a monster special summon from the extra deck, you can use this and send from your deck, to the graveyard Shadoll monsters and get their effects. I have Soul Charge, of course. That I could bring back everything and synchro into a whole bunch of powerful shenanigans and cause a lot of damage. MST, Regeki Break. It's good for getting rid of back roll and anything I want to get rid of. Dark Arm, just because you can easily summon him, and he has a good effect to clear the field for an OTK. Night Assailant, because he's the old school version of the Shadolls, because he has a flip effect, and he has an effect that when he's sent from the hand to the graveyard, you can target a flip effect monster in your graveyard, except this card, and add it back to the hand. So he's good for getting some of these monsters back to the hand when you need them. Like if you need the Falcon, you can add a Falcon back to your hand, so you can use them for synchro summoning. Gores, just because he's a dark and good hand trap. You see there's not much back roll, not much defense in this deck other than the monsters you create. Like you create Belzy, he should be more than enough defense, but if he's not, shit happens, right? But Gores, you got Gores. Foolish, because that'll help activate all the effects of the Shadolls, whichever one you send. Typically, I like to send Lizard, then use Lizard to send any of the other Shadolls, so that way I could thin out the deck faster. That I could get to my, Shadoll Fusion and my Soul Charge. Because my Soul Charge is kind of like my, obviously it's the Rekindle of the deck, but it's kind of like my Miracle Fusion, while Shadoll Fusion is my regular fusion, my polymerization, right? I got Exciton because he's broken. Number 101 because he's broken. Lavalval Chain because it helps me get more stuff in the graveyard. Plus it activates the Shadoll's effects when you detach them as materials, as well as when you send them from the deck to the graveyard, you get their effects. Same applies for Arc and Exciton. You'll get their effects when you detach them. Allied Justice Catastor. He's good against non-dark decks. Powered Exectron, because he's light, he comes in handy when I want to fuse and create Nephilim. Plus he has a good effect. He's virtually unstoppable the turn he's synchro summoned into the play. Black Rose, clear the field. Bilzu Z of the Diabolic Dragons, because he's broken. Hot Red Dragon because he destroys monsters. Stardust because he could protect you. Colossal Fighter because he's almost unstoppable. Scrap Dragon to destroy stuff. And of course, she can Catastor, and he can prevent your opponent from synchro play and beating you. And that's the deck profile.